right, welcome to Generation Iron Podcast. Your host, me, Victor Martinez, along with Ehsan Farahi. Welcome back.
Finally.
Wow.
Vlad Yudin and Edwin Mejia.
Ehsan, bro. People thought you quit the show, man.
Cheers to everyone. I'm back. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, so we got a lot to cover today, right, Vic? A lot of things.
Are you guys missing me in Mr. Olympia?
Yeah, man. Everybody.
I miss you guys in Mr. Olympia.
We missed you, bro.
Too, man.
Speaking of Olympia, so two things. We did the whole coverage of the Mr. Olympia already. Right? We're not going to go back into that. But people from the Olympia told me that they've been getting death threats from some of the Hadi's fans. Hadi Chupan's fans were disappointed.
Some of the fans.
With the results.
Back at it again.
Guys, don't do it.
How crazy is that?
I have to talk Farsi. بچه‌های ایران نکنین این کارا رو نکنین آبرو ما رو میبرید.
That
They're definitely
means,
doing more now.
that means stop commenting
Stop trending.
the Olympia pages with death threats.
Respect the champion. I mean,
guys, this does not help them. Just remember that, okay? This doesn't help
them at all, right?
We know you love them, but come on, guys.
You disagreed with the
I disagree with the point. I mean,
With the judging.
Samson was good. Don't get wrong.
Right.
He was complete. He was better than. I think he was much better than the Arnold. That's why the judge keeping the eyes on him because he was really different on the Arnold. But Hardy and Drake didn't get improved. They didn't get better than the Arnold, better than the last show or Mr. Olympia.
Well, that's an opinion, of course. But ultimately, it's been a week since the competition, right? And Samson already announced that he's doing Arnold in 2025.
Yes.
And he challenged Derek Lunsford and Hadi to join him.
Yeah, Hardy accepted. Hardy said.
He accepted already?
Yeah, Hardy said, I'm
Vic,
definitely.
what do you think with this? Smart on his
No,
behalf?
I think this is great. I think that's what bodybuilding should be. You know, winning the Olympia and then just skipping the whole year to just do the Olympia.
Right.
And remember, Samson did say, I love bodybuilding, I love competing. And now with his wife at the helm doing his diet, come on.
It become fun.
It's well, not just fun. Now it's just easier. He doesn't expect any tricks, any this, any surprises.
But do you remember at the beginning when he changed the coach and everyone said, "Don't, your wife cannot help you." Blah blah.
They were making
the wife is
fun
the
of
coach,
him.
huh?
Yeah, his wife is coach.
Yeah, I mean, I saw her backstage and she was like
Focused.
She was focused. I mean,
She's
they
tough.
were her and Samson backstage. I mean, we have video of that. I think we could show it.
Yeah.
But they were focused. I mean, she was like determined. Yeah. She looked like literally like the coach out of the movie Rocky. Ready.
What she looked like.
She looked like a guru. Like she was like zoned in.
Yes.
Well, I've interviewed Samson right before the Olympia, and it's actually it's out right now in Generation Iron. But basically, he said when he became a pro, he was in debt. He was struggling financially. He was literally one show away from giving it all up. And somehow he stuck it through, and look at him now. Isn't that crazy?
This is great. That's what
a
great
crazy
stories
story,
are about.
This is dream.
You know?
This is
it's
dream.
I mean, and like I said on the last episode, I mean, when I saw him backstage, Son, he looked like Ronnie Coleman.
Of course, he's amazing. He's tall. He has a lot of muscle.
He reminded me of Ronnie.
He has a lot of muscle.
I know, and that's why he won. Think about it. He had enough condition to win, but on top of that, the muscle mass he had and the shape was probably the most dominant, physique.
Everything was enough.
Yes, it was just enough to win and crack that Olympia first place and the 600K, man, first one.
If he will win the Arnold, he's going to make 1.1 million, right?
He'll be the first to make over $1 million.
Well, let me ask you something. So he's the first. Quick question for you guys. Yeah. Is he the first? I mean, I know he's not the first, but it's the first in a while, right? That an Olympia winner goes and competes at the Arnold.
Yeah,
no, Ronnie did it.
Last one,
but that was
it's 90s.
Yeah, Ronnie did it 1 year,
but that was like over 15 probably years ago.
No, 2001, 23 years.
But still, 23 years.
That's 23 years ago.
23 years exactly.
It's a long time.
The last time Mr. Olympia goes to Arnold Classic was 21.
And I believe Dexter
2001.
And why is he doing that? Is he doing that for the prize money, or is
he loves competing? He found a formula to train comfortably to get the diet without any surprises. Again, it's just
but Samson compete 2 weeks before Mr. Olympia in the France. That competition told me he didn't have that confidence to get qualified for next year Mr. Olympia. He go to that show to get qualified for next year Mr. Olympia already in the pocket, and then relax coming to the Mr. Olympia.
No, he just needed pocket change for Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's it. He needed a
Pocket-
pocket change.
All right, guys, we got a lot to talk about today, a lot to cover. We have 2 questions of the day, but before we get to that, we have a critic of the day, and that one is targeted to directly at you, Vic.
Oh.
So
we love the
What is it?
critics.
What is it? Let's
I guess
see.
this is prior to the Olympia. You said that you feel like Derek is going to win. They want to keep him as Mr. Olympia. So this guy, his name is Ulysses.
And I still thought that, yes.
Ulysses 2592. This is what he says. I'm going to read it. Victor, before the competition, you said they're not ready to let go of Derek. Did you know something we don't? You're public figures and you insinuate corruption with no evidence. And when you're wrong, you don't backtrack. Keep it professional. He said, keep it professional.
Insinuated corruption. And if you saw the Olympia and you saw Derek being shuffled around, it's like they were hoping.
He was off.
They were hoping for him to look better or pull a rabbit out of his, ass or something, but it just wasn't happening. And then to reiterate why I said that, go to Saturday. They tried the same thing. They almost hoped he was just coming in shape. So that being said, basically Derek flopped.
Yeah.
He could have had it. It was waiting for him, but he just didn't deliver.
You would call that a flop?
I mean, it's basically a flop because they really were playing him up there, and they still gave him third. He could have placed a little bit lower, but he is Mr. Olympia. They just don't bump him out right away,
So you're saying, I mean, when we say going into the Olympia to beat the Olympia champion, you got to knock him out. So
You always got to knock him
knocked
out. But then again, you always have to remember, last year he won, he didn't look that great.
Exactly.
He didn't look that great. So now this year, him not cracking that condition, that's
And
it.
size. He lost the size and conditioning. Both ways.
So it's almost like happened, with Jay Cutler, He in 07,
Exactly.
he barely won with me. He came back again with that almost look, and that's why he
No
lost to
conditioning.
Dexter.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to Derek. He had the same effect what happened to Jay in 07, he barely won, but now it's like, come on, we're gonna give you another chance. And he just didn't pull through, and that's it, and
But you weren't insinuating corruption.
But
No, not at all. Again, it's-
wait. 208, Dexter Jackson won
yes.
because of the shredded and the lines. Why
Yes,
Hardy
but-
didn't won?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I know, but Hadi, remember, it's one of those things where you look at Samson and he's got the size, and on top of that, he had enough condition to look more superior than Hadi. That's it. Hadi looks great. One of the best conditioned guy is up there, but again, his shape is not really Samson's shape.
Yeah.
Hadi's shape is not the most beautiful shape.
Yeah.
Great condition, a lot of muscle, but he's blocky.
Right.
Yeah. The shape is
And
not monster
guys,
shape.
I wait for those death threats too. Let's put myself in a hole there and stuff. I like Hadi and stuff, but again, we're talking bodybuilding here,
Vic,
guys.
anything else you want to say to Ulysses, who said keep it
No,
professional?
Ulysses, he's the one that's, again, this is, I never insinuated corruption. You look at bodybuilding, to knock out Mr. Olympia, it's a little harder. It happened to Jay a few times with Ronnie. He could have beaten Ronnie one year. Ronnie will argue with that. A lot of people can say what year that was, but it's just you got to really knock out the champ. And last year, Derek had the chance. They gave him the Olympia. He looked good, but not great. This year, he flopped, and he lost the title,
Well, there you go. So you're not backtracking what you said, and you kept it pretty professional.
No, that's it. It's just one of those things. Listen, guys, I've been with this organization for years, I'm not going to say stuff that's going to make me want to hide and be, oh my God, why did I say that? At the end of the day, we're talking bodybuilding here, Derek is a great bodybuilder. He came up, the only guy who's won 212 and the Open, and if you look at his legs, his strongest point, you're going to see that he lost it. And that's it. That's the reason why. But, they were, not giving it to him. And at the same time, you can see in the shuffle that they were trying to move him up. So even at third, he got a little gift.
There you go. All right, we have 2 questions of the day, right, Ed? What are we getting into right now?
So we got 2 questions of the day coming in to us from Alien Axe DW9SZ. And again, these questions, we love answering them. Thank you for submitting them. And this episode is brought to us by Dialed Moods. Thank you to our sponsor. And more than likely, you guys have tried them. If you haven't, you should. Amazing energy RTD. Vic loves them because they don't give you that crash. They also don't give you those jitters. And they've been really picking it up with the flavors. You guys check them out.
Whoever's question is picked is getting a product from Dial Mood. So first question.
So that first question comes to us, like I said, from Alien X DW9SZ. Should there be 6 pro cards per division given out per year, Vic?
6 pro cards per division.
How many is there? How many is there now? I wonder.
What?
Per year. How many pro cards are given out per year per division?
A lot. 200?
Per division.
Easily.
Okay.
I don't know if it's per division, but at least 200 per year.
Maybe not 200 is a little exaggeration, but 100 definitely.
Several, yeah.
So Vic, what do you think about
There's a lot more divisions. I mean, when you go back, the Nationals was in the bodybuilding. It was basically there was no
3 pro card.
Well, it was first place only.
Yeah, that's a 3 pro card in the national.
Yeah, well, it was the Bantam, the light, the middle, the light heavyweight,
That's it.
and
That's
the
it.
heavyweight and super. So it was 6.
6, yeah. So yeah.
6 just in the open.
Yeah.
So what he's saying is 6 per division. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, 6 per division. Now you gotta look back because they didn't have bikini back then.
Right, exactly.
They didn't have wellness back then.
Physique.
They didn't have physique.
There's a
back
wheelchair.
then.
There's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. The only thing I would disagree is giving a second place pro card.
card, yeah.
That's where they should kind of,
Just
take
the
that
first
away.
one.
Yeah. It should just continue being the first, or the overall, But it's, I think you look at the Olympia, like you said, what was it? How many?
61 physique athletes
61
on the stage.
physiques. I think that just is
61
crazy.
athlete
Pro cards.
qualify for Mr. Olympia
See, that's crazy.
at physique category.
For men's physique.
For men's physique.
And then
It's a
classic
lot.
had 54.
Yes.
Yeah, that's just crazy, So I would assume not all of them got the official Olympia treatment, royal treatment like we used to have. So I
Only
think
10 of them got a chance to go to the main stage.
the main 10 of them, but I'm saying we used to get the royal treatment. Now anybody who qualified back from I think before 2011 and back, we used to have the royal treatment as far as rooms,
Well, yeah.
hotels, flights, and I think tickets. We used to get tickets too.
So, I mean, that's a good question because in reality, right, the exclusivity factors should be important.
Yeah.
And I think that what's happened now is that there's so many shows, so many promoters, that it's too late. I don't know if it's too late, but it's like kind of like you can't go, and I'm sure the FBB can't go and be like, well, we're going to take those shows back, guys. You know what I mean?
That's a good point, actually.
That's what's going to end up having to happen, right, to cancel those pro cards.
Yeah, I think they just have to reevaluate when those shows are being held.
Yeah.
What shows are being held, and just qualifying 61 is just insane.
It's kind of
because,
ridiculous because it's like you shouldn't be having that. There's too many events and there's too many shows. I know the families and friends are going to these shows, but like, how do you keep track of all those shows as a league? And can you justify all
It's a
those
business.
cards?
It's a business,
I mean, at the end of the day, it is a business. I mean, you're giving a lot of people that chance to reach that glory of Mr. Olympia. Just getting to that stage for a lot of them is enough. I mean, I just think for the judges to kind of see 61 and give them that genuine,
It's impossible.
look, that becomes
Right,
impossible.
and then it's a domino effect, right, Vlad? Because think about it, like when you give out all those pro cards, then you're sitting at the Olympia for like 4 hours.
Just that.
I mean, you're sitting there just
It was
going
long,
one
it
through
was
one.
long, man.
When
You
you
know?
I mean, as an audience, you sit in an audience and just watch 1 hour. After 1 hour, your eyes get tired. You cannot see
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
You can't.
But let's answer Vic. Let's answer this guy's question. Should there be 6 pro cards per division per year? Yes or no?
I think yes, only because there's more divisions. There's more divisions. 6, and again, I think maybe for wellness they can cut back because wellness is just one.
brand new.
Well, wellness is just
brand
one.
new sport.
Yeah, I mean, I have to go back on the answer just to see.
All right.
I don't have a problem for.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem for giving a pro card, but I have a problem for too many qualify for.
So maybe
Mr.
bring the
Olympia.
qualifications down.
Yeah,
The
that makes sense.
qualifications, not
That
the
makes
pro.
sense, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Get pro.
That makes
but
sense.
Qualify. I mean, it has to be prestige for Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, you're right about
Not
that.
here.
I agree
when you
with that.
give 20, 61 qualify for Mr. Olympia, what's the difference between the not number 60 or 61 to that person? It's not going to Mr. Olympia.
Yeah.
The same
That's
level.
true. All right, let's go to the second question of the day, which is an interesting one.
So the second question comes to us from B Benandi 1, and the question is: as former bodybuilders, many of us are hesitant or even scared to see a doctor. What type of doctor would you recommend we see to ensure our health is properly checked after leaving the sport? Also, how important is it to have regular blood work done while on TRT, giving blood while on TRT? Good question from Benjamin.
Sports doctor. I mean, they're the best ones. I mean, if you see just your general doctor, the first thing he's going to tell you is don't take steroids, you know?
Immediately.
And most likely you will know more about steroids than your general doctor.
Right. Which is why you should see someone that understands blood
Yes.
panels and all that stuff, right?
Somebody that works with athletes, or, you know, a sports doctor, that would be the best, because one, his main objective is not to, you know, tell you not to do this. His main objective is to look at your blood work and try to, you know, direct you in how to keep doing what you're already doing in a healthier way, and just give you a heads up on, like, look, your liver's elevated, you know, your kidney's almost shutting down, you know. So he just break down certain things on what you're already doing, and he can guide you a little bit better. You know, that's why the TRTs and all these started blowing up over the years, because these were things that your general doctor was not doing or willing to take a risk. You know, and most of it is because of their license. They don't want to risk their license.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, but now
a
things
sports
have
medicine,
changed.
but a sports medicine doctor would.
Yeah, it's changed. Remember now, you know, now general doctors are learning how to do this.
Yeah.
It's general doctors who are doing the TRT now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's becoming more and
Yeah,
more
because
accepted.
now they're
right?
learning.
Yeah,
Now they're
for
a
sure.
little bit more open-minded.
For sure, yeah.
Before they were restricted, you know, on what they can and cannot do. To get a script for testosterone going back, you know, 30 years, it was taboo, because they're thinking they're pushing a drug, you know. They're pushing something is negative. Now they saw, you know, that the body becomes deficient, you need it. So now they're doing it. They're doing it a little bit more open.
Do you think it makes sense to go to the doctor and also go to like a clinic like a Titan Medical, right? Like a clinic that can actually
Exactly.
understand the blood panel more?
Yes, even that now you see a lot of those clinics, Titan being one of the top ones down in Florida. And that's what you need to do. But right away, you go back to your family doctor. The first thing he's going to tell you is what the hell you're doing. Stop this. But
And what about how important is it to regularly giving blood while on TRT?
I would say minimum once up to twice a year. Twice if you're actually, you know, taking these, you know, competitive cycles. You know, it's very, very healthy to do that. I recommend it. You know, it will keep you from, you know, thickening in the blood.
This is kind of like blood dumping. That's what we
Yeah,
talked
blood
about that
dumping,
before.
basically, yes. Yeah,
Gotcha,
so
gotcha. That's why he's asking probably about it.
yeah, you should do it.
That makes
Just
sense.
donate, get your $20, $50, whatever it is they give you, if it's, you know, good blood. But definitely do it. TRT, probably not as much because it's so little. And definitely stay checking your blood. If you're doing big cycles, twice a year, every 6 months. If you're doing TRT once a year is more than enough, you know?
All right, cool. So I think you answered the questions great. Both questions were answered. So guys, submit your questions in the comments below. If Victor picks it, you guys get the prize.
Yeah, no
Right,
question
guys.
is a bad question. Just keep submitting them.
No questions about questions.
No.
So we got to talk about this Kali Muscle situation. But before we talk about that, Kali Muscle, your favorite.
Kali's back.
Oh, with that blue eyes.
Before we talk about this, I want to ask your opinion on Sam Sulek again. You've been talking a lot of interesting things
Doing
about
Kali
him.
or
but-
doing Sam Sulek?
Let's talk about Sam Sulek first. So Ed and I ran into him in Olympia, and I think you ran into him as well,
Me
right?
too, I did.
My experience with him was he's a great guy. very, very genuine. He had a lot of fans around him. So he's hugely popular, of course.
Nice.
But to me, he's a great guy. He mentioned to Ed and I that he's planning to compete next year, actually. And you talked a lot of different things about him. So what happened when you met him?
No, I saw him at the Olympia dinner, after the show, and I didn't know who he was until I saw his curly top hair sticking out of the hat, and I was like, Sam, what's up, man? And he was, yo, what's and I was like, Sam, I hope you didn't get tight and get all soft on me with what I said at Generation I. And at the end of the day, it was basically just an opinion, but it wasn't really making fun of you. You're doing your own thing, and the only comment I had was on you stepping on stage, whether you were going to do it or not.
And what did he tell you?
And he said, nah, he's not that soft, man. And I like that, Sam. You're good in my book. Again, like I said, he's young. He's running that social media, that internet, making his money. No fault to him. And again, it was just a question I was asked by you guys, and I just went a little bit,
I don't know what the big deal about him competing. What does it even matter?
No,
you just want to see what he's made of? Is that
well,
what it is?
it's not. It's nothing like that. It's basically, does he need to compete? Not at all.
Not at all. No.
Not at all. He doesn't have to compete.
Did Rich Piana have to compete? Did Rich Piana have to compete?
I think that the influencer, like the thing about the bodybuilding culture, right? The pros on the pro. I mean, you guys know better than this. They're very, very objective with regards to competing, but they are also very opinionated about influencers going up on stage. And I
They
can
like
see
influencers going on stage.
right because they know that they will not necessarily be up to par to professional bodybuilders a lot of the times.
Listen, I seen
So-
influencers go on that stage that should have even placed, and just based on their following, they're placing well.
Sam is a guy that I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. Very genuine, very,
Good.
very humble. Reminds me a lot of Chris when he started. So anything is possible.
So let's talk about Kali Muscle. For the reference, Vic went back and forth with Kali Muscle. Kali Muscle is a former steroid user, bodybuilder who went clean and became basically advocate for everything natural. He changed his eye color to blue from his natural eye color. And the question is, Vic, what do you think about that? Do you think he's still natural after he changes?
I think he's having an identity crisis, and he's voting for Kamala. No.
Political again, damn.
Wow. What makes you wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I'm going to get my eye color changed permanently.
When you're not happy on yourself, you're using a steroid. When
He's
you're
not using
happy-
steroid no more.
I mean, he used to.
Used to, yeah.
He used to. And right now, he encouraged the people to go to natural thing, 80. Oh, don't drink that, don't eat this, eat watermelon for a few weeks, blah, blah, blah. Just because of natural. And side effect is most important side effect, because he said, I use a steroid and I get heart attack, I have to get surgery, blah, blah, blah. What's the point of changing the eye color as a side effect? Do you know what's going on after 5 or 10 years?
It's definitely not natural. He's not natural
I
anymore,
know,
right?
of course it's not natural, but what's the side effect after that?
I don't know.
Why you advertising that shit? If you want to change in your eyes, go change your eyes, but don't advertise it.
He probably got paid for this, son.
Listen,
Of course, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he got
You got a nice
paid.
discount.
He
That's what
does
I'm
it for the
talking
money.
about.
He's saying we're bad because we're giving the pros and cons of steroids.
Yeah.
Oh, but now you're trying to entice people to change their eye color.
He's hypocritical, yes?
Pretty much. I just want to ask him one question. Do you think you look cute? Do you
Probably
think
say
you
yeah.
look handsome? You know?
I still like
It's scary.
I still like Kali Muscle. I think he's a fun guy. I think
course.
he's a you know.
I put him next to the Liver King, man. I mean, Liver King started injecting
Oh, did you see that
himself.
video? He's injecting himself now.
He's a star. He said to everything. I wanna show
So-
you everything. I'm injecting
Jeez.
this meal, that meal.
So, is there like a, I mean, I don't know. He's 49 years old.
Who, Kali or
Kali
Liver
Muscle.
King?
Kali Muscle's 49. I mean, would you call this a midlife crisis? Would you call this a mental
it's
health
an identity
crisis?
crisis, you know?
Identity crisis.
Identity.
An identity
Yeah, definitely
crisis
identity.
linked to mental
What
health.
color did he get? Purple?
Jeez.
Well, hopefully, listen, maybe we're wrong. Maybe this, he's doing whatever he has to do, he wants to do. That's up to him, at the end of the day.
He
But
could do whatever he wants at the end of the day, but, promoting it
Yes, don't promote that
to
shit.
the insecure people that already having body dysmorphia
Exactly.
and then
we need less
identity
dysmorphia in this
issues.
world.
Same concept that the person go to doctor and they cut the balls.
Already
and-
have issues, man.
Exactly.
People already have issues, man. So
I want to ask you something, Vic. There's a term called toxic masculinity, and it's been thrown around for the last few years. And I guess a lot of people are accused of having that issue in the fitness industry, right? So, in your
these
opinion, what is the
candidates,
definition of toxic masculinity, and do you think it's actually a problem in the fitness industry?
I don't know. I guess when you think you shouldn't be doing laundry or cooking or washing dishes or like stupid stuff. I'm a man. I shouldn't do that. Or women. It's like you're
That's
a man. You
toxic
should do
masculinity.
this.
Right.
So it's going on in both. There's feminine and masculine. Women shouldn't tell men how to be men. If you don't like how that man acts, just move on. Same thing if vice versa. A man doesn't like a woman because she's not cooking, you should have checked that out before you started dating her or whatever. But nobody should just all of a sudden just say, I don't like this person, they're not being woman enough, man enough. But masculine part is definitely a social media thing. And that's Andrew Tate, he's the biggest promoter of this.
So
I think the concept of the woman and man right now we have black and white. We don't have gray in the middle. We don't have a graduation of the black and we don't have a graduation of the white at the both sides. We have just man as a black and woman as a white, just pure. But we know some man is not just 100% alpha. They have little bit less. And some women has more alpha than other women. So we cannot put all women as the same category as a white, and we cannot put all men as a black or white. I think we have to put the borderline for specifically people as a man and woman to level up. Okay, how many percentage you're man and how many percentage you're woman? But because we don't have that thing, we just call black or white. That's it.
Yeah, but remember, it's also, you got these girls right now making a lot of money on OnlyFans.
Yes.
They have a lot. And then they have these guys that come in, they start dating these women, and because the woman's making her own money, she got more money than him, and because
they feel insecure.
Sure. And that's where it becomes toxic.
They need to show that
You're
they're
not-
yeah. Okay, that's a good definition. Yeah,
So it's happening a lot.
Yeah.
Women right now, I do whatever I want. You can't tell me shit. You can't.
Yeah.
And it's they're watching either a lot of old school Love and Hip Hop. Social media. So guys, don't go out with women that watch Love and Hip Hop. But it's because of that. Women are taking charge. Women are making money. Maybe not in this most salacious way of OnlyFans, but they're also having careers. So a man finds that intimidating, and he's the man. He puts up his chest, and he's not taking control. Then he gets all crazy and toxic.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we covered a lot of topics today. It was a good episode.
Yeah. Good episode, and
don't leave us, bro. All right.
At the end of the day, follow us, like, and if you want to see any of our prior episodes, please tune into iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you stream your podcasts. Until next time, guys.
No, stop. Who are you? I'm the guy that's gonna change your life. Introducing Carnivore. 100% beef protein, 0 sugar, and lactose free, which means it's not gonna upset your stomach like this. You gotta try this. Best part about it is, beef builds muscle, so you're gonna grow. I'm just gonna take this away. You don't need this, man.